Hey y'all, it's my Luna. Come back at you with some mega energy. Now, as promised, I'm going to do a video all about alchemy and how that works. Alchemy, for me, has been one of my favorite spiritual subjects. Like, favorite. And I think there's not a facet of humanity that alchemy does not exist within. And that includes all religions around the world, all sciences around the world, and every facet and subject matter. Alchemy is crucial. Why? There is no point or reason to enter any temple, church, or chapel if you don't plan to alchemize something. There's no reason to conduct a scientific experiment other than to mess around and find out. And try not to use so many swear words as I found out children are looking at me. I can't, with good conscience, just be cussing all over the place. Now, I might drop some bombs every now and again, but I'm going to try to do better about that. My guys have been getting on me about that for a while, so I'm going to try, y'all. So it's not, for me, it's kind of sometimes a little hard not to be cussing. Anyway, you mess around, you find out. But what would be the purpose of messing around to find out? That is alchemy. To know something and then not know something is the basics. To not know something and to know something is the basic forms of alchemy. Okay, you're changing one vibration to the next vibration. Cooking is alchemy. You're taking raw vegetables or raw fish or meat or something like that, and you're changing it from its current form and you're creating something entirely new. I don't know nobody else. I don't know nobody that other than fish for sushi. I don't know nobody who out here eating raw meat. That's human. Okay. You typically gonna cook that at least to a safe temperature, and then you're gonna add herbs or seasonings or something to make it taste a little bit better. That is alchemy. Alchemy is changing one thing to something else, typically to benefit the person who's causing the change. Cause and effect on deck? Yes. Okay? Now, in a lot of what people consider to be spell work, they're using alchemy. Now, just because alchemy exists, no different than a preschooler probably couldn't be a theoretical physicist right away. You're going to have to learn how to keep your energy from impacting and infecting your alchemy, because your energy, anything you touch, is going to have your signature on it. Mm-hmm. So, your energy being clear and clean is probably beneficial and crucial. Mm-hmm. So, just like if somebody cooking Thanksgiving meals, I don't know about y'all, but in the black community, this is how it go down. Somebody, especially in the South, especially in Louisiana, especially in New Orleans, because we're the king of this particular meal right here. I bet anybody from New Orleans about to know what I'm about to say. Gumbo. If you don't know who made the gumbo, you ain't gonna eat it. You need to know who made the gumbo. Why you need to know who made the gumbo? Several reasons. You gotta know what kind of alchemists they are. They might not think of it in those terms. You gotta know if they know how to season the pot right, if they know how to take care of the different ingredients, because so many ingredients, especially meat ingredients, go into gumbo that you can make a person extremely ill if you don't know what you're doing. You might as well go eat fugu. That's the Japanese fish, puffer fish. They slice it open. If they don't cut it right, you can go ahead and get that tetrodotoxin, and we don't want that. Mm-hmm. Know all about that too, but I don't mess with it. Anyway, if you don't know who the alchemist was, the chef, the cook, you ain't gonna eat that. Not at all. So, just with that, you should be aware of yourself, your surroundings, your energy, or the energy of anybody cooking for you at any time. That's another reason why I don't eat fast food. I have to be in dire straits and have no other options in order for me to eat fast food. Why? Not because of them people, I have anything against them. No, I see how they're treated. Ain't no way in hell their energy signature is clean when they handing me my food, because they hate their job. on top of the ingredients that fast food companies put in their food. I don't want none of that. So I mean, that's to each his own, but that's my reasoning. You can have your own reason for enjoying it. I don't have no judgments of you, but that's my reasoning for not putting that in my body. Okay. And this goes along with alchemy. Alchemy has several layers if you learn more and more about it scientifically or spiritually. Both of these things do not have to exist in a vacuum or outside of it. They can coexist and understand that one thing gave birth to the other anyway. And if you're wondering which one of them is, spirituality and all its tenets gave birth to science. So I don't see why they should be enemies. Okay? Now, for as alchemy is concerned, you have a better idea of why we don't just dabble and do things and think it's perfectly okay to do them whenever and wonder why they don't work proper, or whenever somebody else does things for you, whether it be cooking for you or doing anything else. Like, some people can't pray for me. I'll put it like that. Listen, okay, I'm not trying to be mean in any way, shape, or form. But if I firsthand witness, I don't get no secondhand accounts from anybody on anything, because I know circumstance can be weird if I didn't firsthand account it, and to each his own when it comes to judgment. Okay? So if I have first-hand account that you're a piss poor person or been a piss poor person, by that I mean you've been abusive to yourself, other people, circumstances, you take advantage of folks, stuff like this. But you happen to like me. And you're like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pray to you. Pray for you. To who? To who? Because clearly your ancestors ain't getting through to you. If they was. And if they is getting through to you, who the hell are your ancestors? If you don't believe in none of that, and if you praying for me, you believe in something, then why is the rest of your life not reflecting your ability to pray for me? I'm good, fam. I'm good. I'm good on that. Now, sorry, y'all. Y'all know about the itching already. You just roll with it. Now, I need to know. Like, if I ask for prayers, I used to ask for prayers just random, because my assessment and assumption is those who are praying folks typically not assholes. Okay, and so if they will take the time, some people say you're in my prayers, but don't actually pray at night at all, ever. People like to type that on social media so they can look good, it seems, but not everybody are praying folk, and that's okay if you're not a praying folk. Are you a good folk? Are you good to yourself? Are you good to your community? Good to your kids or the neighborhood kids? Whatever. That's all that's necessary in this, in general. Just you setting your vibration and ordering yourself in such a way where you're contributing something to the balance of all things. That's it. Sorry, I digressed, y'all. I do that a lot. Now, as it pertains to basic alchemy, think of it like that gumbo pot. Who cooked the gumbo? Or in some places, they may not have gumbo as that thing that you gotta know who cooked it. Maybe it's the potato salad. Who made the potato salad? Who made the mac and cheese? Stuff like this. You want to know that person washes their hands on a rag. Typically, the person they want to make, like when they have a big family gathering or a circumstance, the person that they be like, okay, when they say, okay, it was Mary who cooked the mac and cheese or the potato salad. Mary probably they know Mary always clean her hands. Mary's a good person. Mary always is giving, and she always make a lot to make sure everybody can get some. This is why you just instinctually trust Mary's mac and cheese and bread and bread pudding. It's on my brain. I bought me some today. Anyway, and potato salad. This is no different than any other form of alchemy. Whether someone trusts you or not doesn't matter. Your alchemy working, and like the food, it'll taste better if you know what you're doing and if you're clear energetically. I'm just saying though. Okay? And that's how that works. Now, in order to be an alchemist above the level of basic science or basic cooking, you have to study. So when I was in high school, we did science experiments. Everybody in high school did some level of science experiment. And then you went to college, some of you, And then the science experiments got a little bit more detailed. And over time, the science experiments and circumstances get even more detailed. With education and your level of maturity and trust of yourself and the circumstances, you're able to mentally be aware of your surroundings and learn from the experimentation. And this is true for alchemy. Now, why am I on this topic? Because you don't have to have any ingredients outside of your own self and your thoughts to perform alchemy. Prayer is alchemy. You're literally taking energy that is, and you're setting an intention and a wish to the universe, God, yourself, that something about that changes, or you're giving thanks where no thanks were there. Like, I have not yet to be thankful for this thing that suddenly happened in my life. So you're taking 0 and making it 1. That's a hint, hint for the programming of the system that we're in. But anyway, you are changing the energy from I just expect it to I know that everybody has this, so I'm just going to be like, this is yes. Thank you. Side note, in order for you to achieve, receive, others do not have to lose. Let that sit there for a second. I'm going to say it a second time. In order for you to achieve and receive, others do not have to lose. This is another thing that can help you clear up your energy. So your alchemy, if you should choose to perform it any day in your life, even if it's just cooking food for somebody because you love them, your energy goes on that too. That's why everybody can't cook for me. You understand you're clearing up some energy just by being lighter about that part. Anyway, that's a reason why I don't have no wrinkles, child. Because even if I get pissed off with somebody or they do me some hormone wrong, I'm going to let myself feel that. But then I let it go. If anything, I mean, when I say let it go, I let go of their role in my life. Period. Anyway, now, moving forward with the alchemy of all things. Now, for alchemy to work well, you need to learn how to cook. Anybody who's a student of mine, and not all my students choose to learn alchemy or can learn alchemy, okay? But if you're a student of mine, the first thing we're going to talk about is, how you do that with energy, how energy works. Just like I told you, I give them a bit more detail because I have them one-on-one once a week, typically. So they get more detail than y'all. Sorry, not sorry. Them's my babies. Anyway, for alchemy to work best, you must know what the ingredients do. No different than cooking. Always go back to the metaphor of cooking when it comes to alchemy. That will serve you well. Know what each ingredient does. So if you're baking a cake, you're not going to put no garlic in there. I don't know nobody doing that. If there's people out there doing that, then I don't hate you, but I might not like you very much if you're putting garlic in cake. Okay? Garlic don't belong in cake. That don't work together for the palate. The tongue is not going to like that. Your tummy may not like that. Okay? But garlic bread is delicious. So if you're making garlic bread and you baking, okay, that's different. Pizza with garlic in it, that's delicious. But you need to know what your ingredients do. And you also need to know how it works in your energetic environment. So last video, we was talking about spiritual baths again. And I told y'all about herbs and how to use those, to pick some of those to add to your spiritual baths too. Okay? Know what each thing does so that it can be most advantageous to you. Or you just like, I feel like today I want to do rosemary, basil, and bay leaf in my tub. Mix some ash out of that, throw that in the water. Okay. The next week you might choose 3 different herbs, but at least know what they do and what their energy signature is in this environment. Each thing in this environment, step 2 of alchemy, understand what each thing does. If you don't know what each thing does, what their energy vibration and their signature is, then there's no point to your alchemy. This is how you can get garlic inside of a sweet cake. Hmm. Because it don't make no sense to go together. You just heard all these ingredients and decided to throw them in one pot, and it's like, that's good. That's not how that works, y'all. Okay? It's like, why are you telling me about alchemy? Because you could alchemize your energy too. We're gonna get there, and that's where I'm going next. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know if I get a client on the screen, I'm gonna go ahead and check see if they're all right. Anyway, so take that alchemy concept and apply it to your energy. Ooh, we're cooking with fire now. Before you try to use any ingredient for any purpose anywhere, and that includes cooking for yourself and your family. If you're having a particularly hard day, take 5 minutes, breathe. Think about all the good you have in your life. Even if you got to think about something that happened last year that was absolutely a blessing. If it's been a hard time for you lately, do that before you cook for yourself and your family. Why? Your vibration is on everything you touch. Yeah. Even science can show us, has shown us that there's a such thing called touch DNA. Like literally you touch something and the oils from your hands, your body, your sweat, whatever, it's oil and sweat that has your DNA in it, can transfer to everything that you're touching. So even if you think about this scientifically, if you have, and we talk about this a lot, cortisol, mostly because I want you to learn more about that so you can learn how to turn the dial up and down whenever you need to. But that's for another day. We're going to eventually get there. That stress hormone is in you if you're stressed the hell out. And then you're transferring it to the food you're cooking. You think it's going to cook out of there? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But do you know? What if you're making a sandwich and you're not heating nothing at all? This is why I should take the time to first, well, I wash my hands. You can wash your hands all you want to unless you're wearing gloves. I don't know nobody who cooks their family wearing gloves the entire time. Even when they chopping the onions, you're not wearing no gloves. You're just chopping the onions with your clean hands. But you're not worrying about your touch DNA if your body's clean. Your mind is clear. That's why this is important. I'm not just telling you stuff just to tell you stuff, okay? And this is how you understand the alchemy of the self by understanding the alchemy that is in your environment. So this is going to have to be a part one because this is one of those times where I'm definitely going to have to get to that client. I'll come back for part two. Until next time, y'all love.